Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Rome 2 siege battle for you today, and we are back in obviously the ancient world with Romans fighting Celts, Egyptians fighting Macedonians, all sorts of stuff going on. And this is a glorious 3v3 siege battle for you today, as we have the Arverni, Lusitania, and Egypt all defending. Defending as an attacking force made of Tylis, Rome, and Carthage. The old rivals facing each other are joining to now attack this city. And we have a little bit of a sally out here already. We have some Lusitani guerrillas here. I think they were trying to go after the Dacian giant ballista, which I believe the crew has got out alive, or most of the crew has. So now these guerrilla warriors are now stuck in combat here against the more heavily armored Tylis infantry. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing Rome 2 content at the moment, or would like to see some more, then leave a like, to subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment as well to show your support. And yeah, this one was sent in by a member of the Discord. So if you want to join my Discord to then send you in your own Rome 2 replays, or to just come and join an awesome community, then the link is down below in the description. And yeah, as you can see here, we have Egypt and Lusitania out here with their cavalry, some medium cavalry here, looking for options. I presume they're going to try and go for the slingers and the archers of Rome and Carthage. But I mean, Rome's well and truly protected here. I mean, they've got the sacred band in front. I mean, looks like there's Bel slingers here though are for the taking. But it looks like this Scutari cav is going to go for these mercenary Cretan archers over there, which is a much better target to go for. But they're going to get stopped by the general here, and there you go. That unit has been trapped. I mean, they did get trapped for a second. Yeah, there you go. They're trapped. Yes, this replay was sent in by the Dodgy Gob, who is a Total War YouTuber himself. He has a channel as well, so if you want to go and check out his channel, he does a lot of Rome 2 and another Total War action. So I definitely recommend going and checking out his channel if you want to see more Rome 2 stuff, and he does some really good content. So yeah. I will leave his link in the description if you want to go and check his channel out. As some cavalry here, some Egyptian cavalry, go into these bare leg slingers. They got some pretty good kills, to be fair, on those slingers. Over here, though, you can see that Rome is getting ready to knock down this wall here, and he is going to be facing an Egyptian force made of Galatian swords and thorax swords, by the looks of it. I'm pretty sure Dodgy's playing as the Arverni, and he looks like he's going to be facing Carthage here, while it looks like Lusitania. Actually, it looks like Egypt's also going to be facing Tylis. So, I mean, Lusitania, I think, is supporting both Arverni and Egypt in this defense. And this is a really cool map, because obviously then you can fall back to this citadel up here if the times get hard, and you can kind of defend this. I've had a few good matches on this map myself, and it is certainly a really cool one. As you can see, we've got looks like some living infantry going to knock down this gate. I mean, I'm surprised they're not going to try and assault it or something like that. Has it got oil? It does have oil. I'm surprised they're not going to defend it, sorry, because if you defend, I was going to say, the oil at this gate do a lot of damage. It looks like there's going to be some chosen swords. Triple gold chevron chosen sword. Look at them. Going to get some good kills, hopefully. These look like they're all triple gold chevron. Oh my gosh, they are. I mean, Arverni's army is pretty damn small, I just realized, actually, and it is just looking like it's all gold chevron chosen swords. I don't know whether it'd be better just bring Oathsworn, but I mean, they should do pretty damn well. At least I hope they will. It looks like artillery's coming in. They look like they're going to try and hit the Arverni forces. I presume that's well, that's actually Rome's. Rome is firing artillery inside the walls, trying to hit archers. It looks like back there, and reserves set up by Lusitania. And as you can see, the walls are being knocked down now, and Rome is about to come in. Looks like he's going to be sending in his armored legionaries first. Balance of power is not in favor of the defenders, as expected. It should be probably in favor of the attackers. Otherwise, well, it's a bit unfair, isn't it? But as you can see, you've got Tylis with his infantry up. He's got his tribal warriors up here, and they are, well, they're actually engaged already over here on this side. They're facing some thorax swords. They should probably win that fight, I think, should the Tylis infantry. I think they are slightly better than thorax, but it should be it will be an even fight. It'll be a close one. I wouldn't know exactly who was going to win. I would say probably Tylis. But I mean, thorax swords sometimes, if they get the support of archers and stuff, can turn these sort of things around. They're a very temperamental unit in my opinion. Very temperamental. But it looks like they're also fighting in the gate, or no, around the gate. And we've got some Galatian swords down here, and they look like they're engaged against some more tribal warriors down here. And they've also got some Lusitani swords women coming in. And they're a silver chevron, so they've got a lot of experience in them as well. Got some barrel slingers over here. They look like they're focusing down. Looks like the men on the wall, perhaps. Trying to just put some, I don't know, some sort of pressure on these guys. I mean, there's another unit just landing on this wall already. Rome's yet to actually come through the gate. And it looks like, well, it looks like the Arvernians quite happy just to stand here and also just wait. It looks like they've been jabbing Carthage through this little passageway here. And it looks like now we're going to see all the towers come up. Rome and Carthage. Actually, looks like all Carthage. Rome didn't bring a single tower to like save himself. So he's just gone with tortoises to break his way through. You can see we have Titus still stuck down here at the bottom of the wall. I mean, they should win this fight. Look at the armor difference between like the Galatians, who are not even wearing like any sort of chainmail, any sort of shirt in some cases. And they're facing very heavily armored tribal warriors. Looks like the Lusitani women are falling back. They've lost a few men or a few women, but nothing much. Over here, look at this. Tribal warriors losing decisively. They have lost these thorax. I mean, they're actually losing as well, though, apparently. Combat even. Yeah, there you go. The archer support. Those tribal warriors, they're going to be routed. So there you go. Thorax swords are going to win this day, and my prediction was wrong. I presume that the tribal warriors are only the first wave. We're going to see, well, I would have thought there'd be a lot more elite stuff maybe, but it looks like he's just brought all tribal warriors. Literally he's not brought a single unit of like missiles, put it like that. He's got no missile support. He's just going to be throwing in warriors, and they're all tribal warriors. I thought he'd have some Oathsworn, but I mean his general would be an Oathsworn, but I would have thought he would have had some like non-general Oathsworn. He's got an artillery piece. This has lost a fair amount of its crew, and one has been destroyed by those guerrilla warriors, but nothing like major. And here we go. Looks like Rome is now in, and Rome is engaged. He's engaged against these chosen swordsmen here, and you can see that they are going to hold them here. I mean, Carthage is actually coming through this gate. And you can see this unit is getting absolutely destroyed by the oil out there. And the Lusitani are now going in with their swordswomen. They'll hold the line for a little while. I imagine they could easily kill that unit. Yeah, losing decisively. Its losses are pretty substantial. Look at this. Armored Legionary is losing to these chosen swordsmen. Gold chevrons. This is clearly an even match then. This is what you're going to do to beat Rome. You need to gold chevron up some chosen warriors, and you'll do just fine. They should hold the line for a little while. Got plenty of reserves though. I mean, this unit looks like it's also been pretty beaten up. I don't know what by exactly. I don't know how they've lost so many men. Is it to like the towers coming down, or like the wall coming down? I'm not sure. Throwing in more swordswomen. I don't know if they really need to throw in like these men just like this. They're actually losing decisively from that. They probably don't need to be in there. These swordswomen are doing just fine on their own. Galatians over here, though, are starting to break. As more and more tribal warriors get thrown down into this choke point here. Just trying to force their way back from the walls, give themselves a bit of a breathing space to get the rest of their army in. I think this defense has been made a lot easier though for the defenders, because Rome and Carthage are literally attacking in the same spots together. If one of them came around here and attacked like maybe over on this side, it stretches out the defender a little bit more. They could also put some forces like over here perhaps. I don't know if you can actually deploy here. But you could get some stuff around this corner by this gate if you wanted to. Even if it's not like much, you could send like some infantry around, and you could probably distract like the defenders. Like that's what I'd certainly be doing. I'd certainly be like Tylus. Tylus, for instance, could just leave a couple of tribal warriors to just like come over at a later point. Because he's got so many. And the defenders don't have enough infantry to hold off multiple waves, I don't feel. They're going to have to try and fall back, like certainly at this line anyway, they're going to have to fall back to a more condensed formation in a moment. And you can see actually, how has this unit got in? Oh, it's got down this one here. Okay, yeah, I was going to say that surely they were going to use this other tower at some point. And you can see that they are starting to flank the veteran shield warriors here. And we've got the Thorax now trying to just pin down this unit that's threatening the defense. These veteran shield warriors, though, I'm pretty sure are pretty good. But the issue with Lusitani is that they are very light in armor, so they are not going to do well against maybe the likes of Rome. They're going to be more. They are probably most suited to taking on Tylus, but even so, Tylus is these units are very heavy melee. You're just picking the the best of a bad bunch, to be honest. If you're playing as Lusitani in this game, and look at that unit 97 breaking. That's a healthy unit. Being attacked in the rear. Good to see this for if you're rooting for the defenders. It looks like there's troops coming in though. Plenty more troops over here. Tylus is really overwhelming this defense here. Don't know if they really pulled through there. I think there is a gap, but they just didn't do it properly in column. Actually, yeah, I would say there is a gap. Probably there. Rome is. I thought Rome was surrounded, but it's not. It's the Galatians here in the Thorax. The poor Thorax are the ones that are surrounded. It just kind of looked like it was Rome. Then you've got to remember that Tylus is actually helping Rome today. Veteran shield warriors holding the line here as well. It looks like everyone's brought a bunch of upgrades for their infantry, as the defenders anyway. Over here, looks like, I mean, look at this. This chosen swordsman's held a long time. How many kills has it got? 85, not bad. I mean, it's going to need to kill a lot more, though. That's the issue if it's going to beat the Rome. Rome's got a lot of infantry left, and it's all elite like this. And you've got to remember that Arverni brought a very small but elite army. So these units need to be killing a lot of men. And there in goes some more. I think the issue is with this defense is that you can see Carthage here has been firing his archers over the wall. I don't think he is anymore, but I did see arrows coming over the wall. It was either him or it might have been Rome firing their Syrians, and they were firing over the wall and just trying to influence this fight and cause the units to lose. They've got some levies in here already. Wow, they just threw their javies in and then they're going in. Fair enough. Arverni and Rome, another classic rivalry, really. Oh, Arverni on the wall looked like it was wavering for a moment. Or did it break something? I'm not sure. They might have broken something, I think, actually. They've killed off something on the wall that these guys have over here as well. But yeah, as you can see, Arverni's committed almost all of his troops. There are a couple in reserve just here. But they're basically all in. And that's a bit of a concern, I guess. He's only got to defend 2 choke points, really. But he'll eventually burn through troops. Shame this wall as well is still not held by them, because they could really do with the oil to deal with these units coming through the gate. It's so rare to see a gate assault. I mean, gates usually left because people fear the oil. It can just kill units so quickly. So people don't like to use gates. And also, it's a natural choke point. You're going into what is a natural choke point. People don't want to fight in choke points. They want to try and be as expansive as possible in a siege. That's any total war siege. You never really want to get certainly bogged down, because that suits the defender a lot more than it does the attacker. But you can see the attackers are having just that issue. They're being bogged down. They're trying to use brute force and numbers here. You've got 3 units being held up by 1 Thorax here, and they're all, I mean, not all 3 units are even engaged. It's only the front of the unit. You don't need to have all the rest of those men back there. They're just getting shot at, if anything. Yeah, these Thorax, they'll hold for a little while against these tribal warriors, and they'll certainly be able to do quite well if they have support from Javis and archers behind, which it looks like there is. The occasional Javi and stuff coming through. Well, there's actually a lot of archer fire now going in. Look at that. Look at that. Mercenary Korean archers. And we have the Assyrian archers here, and they are focusing down these veteran shield warriors here. They're waiting in reserve. Looks like they're waiting. with everything just to go in here now. We can shoot this unit in the back. It's not even looking the right way. It looks like that thorax that one on the wall over here is now engaged with a tribal warrior on the wall that's trying to like just arrive off the tower. Next unit that's coming in, and these guys mean business. They want to take this city for themselves. And if they don't, there's at least another 20 tribal warrior units to come. I mean, not quite that many, but there's quite a few more to come. There's a lot queued up here of tribal warriors. It is a good unit, but I don't know whether like it's worth spamming like just one unit, because then you're limiting yourself too well just that unit. Like having a variety of stuff is very useful, especially archers or any sort of missile. Like always useful to have in a defense, because I'm sure Egypt has not forgotten to bring pikes. I bet there's some pikes back here, and even though they're only cheap ones, they are still pikes. Say if like Rome and Carthage used all his ammo up, and Titus hadn't brought no archers or any missiles, that's going to look a bit silly when they just have to stand in front of the pikes. Though luckily, it looks like there is only one pike, and there is at least 3 ways up. So they will be able to just assault anyway, and I think I would have thought that Carthage would have brought some, but I don't think he has. He hasn't brought his African pikemen. So they would have actually been a bit stuck if they had like one choke point to go through and no archers in the end. I guess they've got to just hope that Rome and Carthage save some ammo, because they'll need them for that pike line. Holding the line, like I said, but there's Lusitanians now sitting in some troops. And we've actually got another landing off here, as you can see as well. I presume they maybe came through the gate? Might have come through the gate. I think they are, yeah. Everyone's just coming through the gate for these guys here. These guys are really holding the line. What's in here? Nubian bowmen. They've just broken. So this tribal warrior is now able to flank around, and this thorax sword's in danger. I mean, to be honest, if this unit's able to flank around, I'd be going into the back of these thorax. Got to get them out of there. It looks like they're going to send up some more veteran shield warriors to hold this line, maybe just stem the tide there. And then they're going to need to send some more infantry up flank around as well. But you can see that Rome has got auxiliary cavalry inside, and he's really looking for a way to basically unlock this defense. But I mean, luckily, like they're not sending in like the troops too desperately. I mean, they have surrounded this thorax. So that is going to be detrimental. That unit's gone. And like then that means all these tribal warriors will be freed up. Poor unit of thorax. But as you can see, Titus is now sending his infantry. He's going to just cut off any sort of support you can get. And now Lusitani's just going to have to hold in this choke point here. In he goes. There you go. I mean, again, I still feel like Lusitania can't win this fight. He's just not got the armor. But look at all the blood splatter, I mean, coming in from all the javies and stuff like that. It looks deadly. It really does. You couldn't survive in there. Certainly you can see that the veteran shield warriors are struggling as well to survive in there. Rome bringing his cavalry back inside. He really is not sure what he's doing with it. Arverni, though, is still holding here. He's been pushed back a little bit. Oh, they actually have got pikes in here. I do apologize. They do have pikes. They're already in combat. African pikemen are being sent in to unlock this Arverni defense. And I mean, they're doing a good job. They're forcing them back. Rome's got a tiny little bit of a legionary unit here surrounded. I don't know if this is an entire unit or just part of it. But it looks really cool. It's like a small sentry that's been cut off from the enemy. Survive, men! For the Emperor. I mean, they've actually been saved by Carthage of all people. Those lucky Romans. It feels so weird just to say Carthage and Rome fighting together side by side. Something wrong about it. It should never happen. But there you go. You can see that the Titus troops broke through here. They killed that Egyptian unit. And now the new line of defenses here, where the veteran shield warriors are kind of struggling, to be fair. I feel like they wanted to hold this area because they had archers on the wall and they were doing a really nice job in focusing these guys down. But whether they're out of ammo now, I don't know. Looks like they are. They've got their swords out, so it looks like they're out of ammo. So yeah, defending here isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's also not like... I mean, there's no real benefit. They need more archers up here if they're going to carry on this. Got some spears now going in. It looks like most of these units are being crushed that get sent up by by the Lusitani is what I was going to say. Got fiery balls of justice coming in. What they're going for? They're going for looks like the thorax swords back here. They need to keep their reserves very much hidden. The defenders, they are in for a bit of a rough one, I think. They need to do more damage to these attackers. I mean, Rome looks kind of short on infantry, actually. Rome is basically out of infantry. Usual was armored legionaries. It's then down to Eagle cohort, which she's got 3 of. Carthage is looking pretty good for infantry. Titus is obviously looking very good for infantry with all of his. They're actually not engaging. I don't think they got given the attack order, these Lusitani spears. They need to. They need to get that attack order. Rome actually has the Eagle cohort already in here. These guys aren't going to be messing around. And in come the thorax swords. They'll hold the line. But again, I don't think they can stop these Eagle cohort. They're going to need a lot of archers and javies into the flank of them. Weaken them a little bit. Carthage is now arriving. I mean, Carthage should really just... I mean, actually, what's happening here? This is a chosen sword. Don't know where exactly that unit is, but I mean, yeah, they are actually threatening this Libyan infantry. It's a bit of a mess over here. Got some chosen swords here. They're holding the line. Such a mess over here. So many dead bodies. So many wounded crying out for help. Well, Celts against Celts in here as well as Titus joins the fight. Titus is having to send troops over this way. He realizes that his allies are a little bit short on defenders, on attackers, on troops. I don't know what I was trying to say there. He's slow, short on troops, but as you can see, they've got tribal warriors now spreading out as they're going like around these walls, and they look like they're going to come down this little entrance here. There you go. They're actually in combat now. They should overwhelm this unit. This is a fresh unit of Titus against a very, very weak thorax. And they should win that quite easy. Oh, and Rome's got cavalry behind. How has he done this? Oh, they broke through here. I did not even realize. When did they fall back? Maybe the order was given. Yeah, I think Egypt decided the call was given. And they got their Galatian Royal Guards coming back. They probably want to try and get at least another one of these units out. Maybe this thorax sword might get out. I don't know. But Arverni's basically out of troops. He's just got like 1 unit of chosen swords and then his Oathsworn general. And that's it. I mean, this is a really cool place to defend. You could do with an artillery piece up here to defend this area. You could put it on like one of these platforms. But yeah, they have already fallen back to this point. And I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time, it seems, then for the... like for the next stage, I think, to happen, because they probably like I can see the defenders putting up a pretty staunch defense, and then you could imagine these attackers are probably going to like take the time, probably move troops around to every single choke point and an assault. But it looks like the first port of call is to deal with this last resistance over here. Did not realize there's a general retreat being called. Certainly over in some areas where they were defending like with tiny little units, it just seemed like they were going to stand their ground. Seemed like they kept sending, and they were sending in more troops here. I was wondering whether they were going to fall back soon. They seem to be becoming more and more undefendable, and now I know it is. It is very much undefendable, as we have Socia Equite Extraordinary here. They're going to rear charge these Egyptians, and then they go, they're down and out. And if they weren't breaking already, they're going to start breaking now. This is an elite cavalry unit that's just going to rip to shreds these poor Egyptians. The eagle there flying, showing off the standard of Rome. Where that eagle goes, that's Rome. There you go. I think that unit's gone, very much gone. And there you go. I think that's all of the resistance outside this little citadel now dealt with. And I mean, if you see the balance of power, it's not looking good for the defenders at this point. I mean, I don't know how they're going to turn this around. I don't know how many like rounds they've got left in like their slingers or their archers or whatever. But they're going to need a small miracle. They might need a general snipe. They might need more pikes, is what I was going to think. Because I think the attackers have been firing off their ammunition quite freely, to be honest. I thought they were focusing a lot of stuff down over on this, that side over there where Tyus has been attacking. But I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that is the case, though. I'm going to just fast forward for now, and I'm going to see whether anything develops. Looks like you can have Rome setting up his archers, though. He's going to basically be going for the thorax swords, waiting for the first wave. I mean, that's not a bad idea ever. Just soften up the defense before you go in. Always a good portal call. What we got coming up is some late Carthaginian hoplites. I thought this would be Sacred Band, to be honest, but it's not. Looks like they're about to go in, maybe? No. Like I said, it looks like everyone's going to take a side or like one of these flanks, and they're going to then make their assault. Looks like Tyus is going to take this one around here. Maybe Rome's got the furthest? I'm not really sure. Looks like we're going to have a fight though here. Looks like Arverni's not going to be waiting around, and he wants to fight. And in go his tribal warriors. And there we go, Celt versus Celt once again. The Celts of Gaul versus the Celts of, well, the Balkans, I guess. What, Bulgaria? I guess they are, aren't they? Did they break them? They did break them. There you go. They broke that first unit. Now they're on to the second. And what we've got here, Lusitani nobles. This is the elite stuff now for Lusitani going in. Or the very elite stuff, I should say. Look like they're ripping to shreds, these poor Tyler's troops. You can see there's more reserves arriving now. Now we're getting ready to go in. I wouldn't want to go further than this though if I was the defenders, because then you're out of range of these archer towers, and you want to keep them activated and supporting your defense, which is obviously going to be very, very key. That they have archer towers all around here to support them. And it looks like Tyus is also setting up a small strike force here. He's going to try and break through this thorax line. Don't think that's going to happen anytime soon though, Tylus. You're going to be stuck here against this shield wall and the towers that are firing onto your men. Every like tower shot as well is like a kill, basically. You can see there are lots of men getting dropped with those fiery arrows. And it looks like Rome's setting his archers round, but could you not, if they had cavalry, if they had one cavalry general, that would be so useful, because they could just go down here and they could kill them. Oh, actually, I just saw that. Egypt's got a pike general. He's got a Hellenic Royal Guard as a general. Not a bad idea, and at least they have another pike like unit available. What's he using there? Relentless. Very nice. What's that do? General slightly improves the offensive capabilities of all units. Can only be used once per battle. Wow, he's used that possibly a bit early. I would have thought wait till, well, their full assault's begun. Because, I mean, Tylus is only really just testing the waters, I feel, a bit with some units. I mean, he actually has lost, and he's probably yeah. He's lost a considerable amount of men, I'd say. A good couple of hundred. But he's done a good amount of damage as well to this chosen sword. Now Rome's going to send some cav? Maybe. Looks like the tribal warriors are coming back for more. I mean, they're very heavy against heavy. They're not going to stand much of a chance. He's very this is why I feel like the weight class, why you bring Oathsworn, because the heavier your stuff, always the better it is in combat. And there you go. Yeah, these like instead of upgrading those chosen swords, it may be better to bring Oathsworn, because then those guys will be able to just take down those tribal warriors no problem. In comes some Is the general a spear unit? He is. He's a spear noble. He's not even an Oathsworn. For some reason I thought he was going to be an Oathsworn. But there you go. That's a shame. They could have done with an Oathsworn unit. Spear noble should still do okay. God, these guys are bloodied up. And there the cavalry's going into the back of the Tyler's troops. That's not really going to achieve much, to be honest. It just breaks up your own allied formation. And it looks like Tyler's again been forced back from here. Egypt is strong in his shield wall. Lost about 10 men. If they're going to keep losing about that many men each assault, and that's a good win. Rome sending up some auxiliary cavalry up this way. Some veteran shield warriors to hold. And Javi's coming in. Oh, very nice. Getting a lot of kills in those poor Romans down there. Is that legionary cavalry? No, auxiliary cavalry. They broke basically on impact. Save the Javis though. Save the Javis. Oh, shame his Javis went on fire at will, because they're going to need those Javis for well, other infantry. But like that. And it looks like, did Alvoni pull through there? I don't know. I don't know what he's quite done there, but his unit's basically dead, and you can see his general is now also in a bit of a sticky pickle. I mean, this cavalry could possibly flank around behind. I feel like it can get around. They're going to try and fall it back. This is going to be a risk, though. No, it's not. It's already losing slightly anyway, even when it's not falling back. Oh, there it goes. Didn't think it would try it. And then you've got Galatian Royal Guard that are going to try and hold the line. More Celts. They are really trying to catch this general. I mean, it's not really the end of the world if he dies. I mean, it's just a shame because the unit would be very useful to hold on to. But, like, Arvoni's got no general left, put it like that. It's going to come down to Lusitani and to Egypt to try and win this one. I presume there's probably a timer on, so I guess they could try and hold to the timer. Like, there's probably an hour amount of time on. Maybe? I don't know. Have to see. And Tylus is sending in more troops along with the Onager crew of Rome, which obviously is going to make the difference. Right, Roman Onager, that is just key to success. Tri Warriors here though, they're beaten up already. They're probably not going to break through this sword, even though they haven't got the same capabilities. I don't think on the offense, like the thorax now they're in shield wall. They've got really good defense, and also the archer tower is doing a lot of damage with its fire arrows. They just keep seeing flickering by, which is I think what the key thing is that they're going to use these fire arrows and basically and the towers and get the most out of them as possible, which they really need to. The Javi's actually coming in. Who's throwing Javis? Might be the Galatians behind. I mean, they look a little short on infantry over on this side, actually, I won't lie. I don't think they can attack on full force on every side, possibly. Well, they're going to try. But like that. They're going to try. Mercenary noble fighters and sacred band. There's a lot of elite Carthaginians coming around this side. It looks like maybe there's been some archer skirmishing going on. They look like they might be out of ammo as well. But you can see that Tyus is just going full force into this Arvoni general here. And the general is not having a good time. He's under 29 men. He's getting cut down. It really is. Arvoni's just straight up not having a good time. Looks like we've got the Galatians now coming in. They're in shield wall as well, so they should hold for a little while. You can see the Spear Nobles is gone, and that will be Arvoni out of the game once that unit is broken. It'll, like I said, it'll then be down. There it goes, gone. And it's now down to Lusitani and down to Egypt. Tribal Warriors holding the line. Armored Legionaries now here from Rome. So, I mean, Roman's not happy with the progress, and he was sending in some of his heavily armored boys. Looks like the Galatians getting sent in as well. I don't know if they really need to be sent in. Oh yeah, they're losing decisively. I guess they could. They need archers. They need archers like on this wall here and to just fire over the side. I feel, but they might be saving their ammo. They do still have bows. They might be saving their ammo for pikes, which are not here. Oh, they're there though. They are there. This is a pretty healthy pike unit as well. Did it get any kills? It's got 8 kills. Nothing insane then. And that's late Carthaginian hoplite. I guess the only pike. Did they only bring 1 pike? I think they might have. And I mean, it's not got many kills, but it's still very healthy. Put it like that. And Rome, it looks like Rome and Carthage will both be attacking around this side. It looks like this side over here for Titus may break. I mean, it's going to run out of men first, but this Terrible Warrior is losing decisively. The next one I could imagine will probably lose, and the next one maybe in combat even, I don't know. It's going to be close. As you can see there, still, like, looks like they're maybe giving ground again. The Galatian Royal Guard, they're falling back. These Thorax are combat even, again, that's always a good sign. And Rome's bringing up his Eagle Cohort. And Carthage bringing up Carthaginian hoplites. There's all sorts coming up this side. There's all sorts. And you can see Titus breaking here. I mean, the tower's also helping, I imagine, with morale. Like, they cannot be, like, happy with seeing, like, fire arrows come down. Or does a lot of damage to morale. Got the archers going up here for Rome. I mean, that's just easy free kills for this Lusitania unit here. But they have got some mercenary noble fighters, which actually, are they losing? They are losing. Wow. Kind of surprised at that. Can't miss the Lusitania units in their bright yellow. There you go. Looks like they might have to send up some more elite stuff in a moment. These archers got ammo. If they do, they need to start moving. They're actually Barrel slingers and Cretan archers focusing these guys down. If they don't have ammo, that's a big loss. But it looks like they do. These guys still look like they have ammo, but they want to save stuff for the pikes as well. The pikes will going to be a huge thing to get rid of. I mean, it looks like they're sending their pikes in our Egypt. I mean, that's all well and good, but again, a bit of a risk if there's any archers with ammo. But I mean, I can't see any being committed by Carthage, so I'm going to say no. His archers are out of ammo. But they don't know what they are actually. They got their bows out. These archers, yep, literally there you go. They're about to be mobilized. Got a volley off. They'll probably kill some pikes as they go along. Might have to break through a little bit of armor. Eagle cohort in here though. I mean, but they're just really bashing their head on a brick wall. I mean, what are they going to try and do? Break through these pikes? They're probably not going to achieve that. And Lusitania's really committing stuff over here. Got his slingers in here, he's got more veteran shield warriors in here. Really, really committing. I guess he has to. Rome's just, legionaries are just too strong. Like, the armor difference is insane. But yeah, I mean, the attack is a little bit short on infantry, but not like terribly short. The defenders are looking a little rough as well. I mean, they've got Royal Peltas left though still, luckily, and Galatian Royal Guard. I mean, they're looking okay on that front. Pikes are taking a little bit of a beating now. The archers are out of ammo. No, they still have ammo, and they're just gradually firing it, using it all up, getting kills on these pikes. They need to be careful as well because the pikes are in an obscured area, an exposed area. I get those two always mixed up. They probably want to just send up, like, well, they got that weak sword there. I'll just send that up. And maybe just, if any archers out of ammo, I'll put them in there as well, just to hold the line. Then keep these pikes well and truly back. We've got slingers going on this, like, temple or something like that over here. This is awesome. They should be able to get really good shots onto, well, just about anyone. They could just shoot down there. I like you just like that. Bloody Romans. It's like, what have they done? They've done everything. They've ruined it. Before they came along, everything was fine. I bet that's what he's thinking. Greeks, not Greeks, the Thorax here, they've gone way down the road, really. They were like on those pikes. Now they're not. To be fair though, the Egyptians are Greeks at this point. They have Greek style arms. Apologies for that. Yeah, basically just go and take a call from someone. But we are back anyway. And as you can see, we are in the middle of still in the middle of this little fight here. The Thorax are about to get overwhelmed though by some late Carthaginian hoplites, I think, and the Romans. And then they'll be onto the pikes, and they'll be back in this situation though. Will the attackers of what do they do with the pikes? Clearly, these archers aren't killing them quickly enough. They might need to get these archers a bit closer. Maybe get them like up to here, shoot just point blank. But then obviously they're at risk of losing their own archers to the Egyptians. Bit of an issue, which is why they're shooting so far back, I imagine, just to avoid these Egyptians, because the Egyptians could get their Cretan archers, they could get them right up to like here at the edge, and they could just fire over and hit the Carthaginian ones. I don't know why they haven't been doing that. Keep the pikes alive as long as possible. Look at this, pushing the pikes forward, trying to get kills. Jeez, are they pulling through? Look like they're going to try to pull through. This pike, this hoplite unit almost looked like it was, yeah, being very, very aggressive. Looked like it's trying to ignore the phalanx formation. Yeah, look at that. I think it is. Well, it's winning decisively. Yeah, I think it tried to pull through there. I don't know. All of a sudden they just ignored the pike formation. Like they were just like on edge, and then they now are not. If you get what I mean, they were like on the edge of the phalanx, at the phalanx range. And now they're right in their faces. I feel like he's trying to pull the unit through. I hope he doesn't. It's been a really good siege up to this point. There's no need to start with the pull-throughs. I mean, it looks like they're going to break through in the back anyway. These Lusitani's troops are running out. I mean, what's it like on this side? It looks like Titus might get beaten. I'm not sure. Try to flank around here. I can see that. I don't know if that's probably was not a pull-through, but he's trying to flank around there, and it's failed, put it like that. He's getting focused down now for his Jews. You can see Titus actually is losing his general. Gradually, he's getting shot by slingers. What's going on over here? Looks like the Eagle cohort's been forced back. They realize that they're not going to get break through his pike unit. How many kills has Pike got? 100 kills, not bad for it. Could get 100 more still. Look at that. Look at that shot. Waiting for the Romans to come. Look, they're throwing their peeler just like over like the lip of this this ridge, and they're getting a couple of kills. Nothing amazing, but I guess every little helps. Also, like, they got the Javis of the tribal warriors doing their bit. They're trying to hit and kill these guys as well. I mean, this is what a pike can do to you, though. It can just stop, halt an entire advance. And they've got another pike unit still to go. These Hellenic Royal Guard. I mean, they're really short in infantry, though. They are down to the dregs. They're going to be having to throw in the archers soon. I mean, they've still got their pikes to come up, have Carthage. But that's what I'd be doing now at this point. I would be bringing my pikes up. Make them use the ammo if you need to. You're going to break through in the other sides eventually. They're throwing in slingers on this side. We've got weak Lusitani nobles here. Well, actually, probably about half strength. Eventually, she should break through. They're fighting other Iberians. Look at this. Look what it's come to. A Spanish Civil War. It's like Franco all over again. But much earlier. This is what Franco's predecessors were clearly up to. Still fighting each other. Still not getting involved in the world around them. Looking glorious. I mean, there's some Roman cavalry in as well, just breaking. That's nice. Looks like Titus is basically out. He's just down to his general. I think his general is still alive. I thought they were going to break through the side, but maybe they won't. These veteran shield warriors are holding. And then after that, there's a Galatian Royal Guard. I mean, what have they got here? Eagle cohort? Got another one, but it looks like this one's being swung around to come and deal with these Lusitani nobles here. Yeah, these military noble fighters are getting beaten up by the Lusitani nobles. Very nice to see. If you, like I said, if you're rooting for the defenders, seeing every little victory like this is really going to help. Look, so many dead down here. The carpet. What's going on over here? As you can see, the pikes still holding. They are really jabbing them down though now. Oh, poor guy. Look at him. Look at that poor man. These poor men just getting jabbed to death by like 1 or 2 legionaries that are like over the front of this this ramp. I mean, they're actually still getting shot at as well by archer towers. They're having to go at each other for running out of ammunition by the sounds of it. But yeah, I mean, they're going to have to send in maybe like Royal Peltas or something in here soon. I'd start to engage this line just so they can't throw jabbies at the pikes. This is like the last area that I'd be a little bit concerned about if I was the defenders. And as you can see, the defenders, it's looking pretty... Still not looking good, but I mean, it's looking a little bit more positive than it was earlier in the battle. It's got fresh units of Eagle cohort to deal with though, that's the concern. They've got to go in soon though, otherwise it's going to get shot by these arch towers. These arrow towers. But they might be about to turn it around here, might the attackers. I thought the Lusitani troops here were doing okay, but they seem to be losing now. And in you go, the Egyptian Galatians are going in. They should clean up everything in here. Because they're a fresh unit. Or basically fresh. They are facing, well, very weak, a weak unit and a sword and a spear unit. There you go. They look like they're going in again, and the pikes down. They sort of are, but sort of aren't. You need to be careful. They need to also probably send in some more infantry. This pike line's about to give in. This pike line's got not much left to give. It's only like 2 deep at this point. It's not looking good. In goes some archers. Hopefully they were out of ammo. They need to use every last little bit of ammo at this point. There's some Royal Peltas. They need to send them in. I saw them kept in reserve. They're probably next. And there's look like a bit of a pull through, but maybe not. I don't know. Carthage looked like he was trying to pull through there with his sacred band. He's being held up by archers at the moment. There you go, the Royal Peltas are now in place. They're going to hold the line. They probably need to start throwing their jabbies and stuff like that. They've got a lot of jabbies available to them. They probably want to send all of them into this blob here. Look at this blob. If you have archers, now is the time to start firing them. But in they go. Well, they got here slingers. Yeah, get them in there, doing their bit. But it is really, really close. Look at this. Could go either way. What's in here? Sacred Band, they're getting beaten. These mercenary noble fires, they're getting beaten. Galatians are just ripping them to shreds. This has been a really close fight. It's been an excellent one. These Galatians, God, they just love a good fight. I mean, look at them. They're ripping to shred these Sacred Band. They were a weaker unit, than a stronger unit than this mercenary noble fire coming into this fight. And now look at them. Let's break it. What's running off here? Pikemen are gone. Those pikes are gone. Okay. Well, I mean, that was expected. Not quite sure. Yeah, it looks like they are pulling through or something like that, because I'm not quite sure how these Sacred Band are getting to the back of the formation. I don't know. They might not be pulling through. Looks like they are trying to force a way through, though. Yeah, that's a pull through. This is, yeah. The Sacred Band's pulling through for sure. As you can see, they're just, yeah, the Sacred Band's pulling through. Oh, that's a shame. You shouldn't pull through if you're new to like Total War. Never pull through, because look, this Royal Peltas here has been holding the line perfectly fine, and then, yeah, basically a pull through is using an infantry and just basically ignoring the infantry you're fighting and just going through it. You will lose a lot of men, but then you could just undo defenses like this, and you can see Carthage, being a scummy player, is just pulled through and just ignoring this Egyptian defense, and he's now going after all the archers and stuff in behind. And as you can see, the defenders have nothing really to stop this. They have no men left, and they actually are going to win on this side though. It looks like Rome's spare eagle cohort's been sent in here, perhaps. It looks like it has been. So eventually, I mean, they're going to be able to send over like fresh troops to go and deal with this. Actually, Titus does have a unit left. He has some more tribal warriors here. Might need to send them in. But yeah, this is a shame, because the Sacred Band unit is just going to be able to chase down archers. And you can see the Hellenic Royal Guard desperately trying to chase them. I mean, these Balearic Slingers as well, using precious ammo on a unit that they shouldn't have to use ammo on. This Hellenic Royal Guard shouldn't really be like this. It should be in pike formation. The Sacred Band might just quite appreciate that. What's that? Royal Peltas. They need to get back into the fight. This is the majority of the unit. Get back into the fight, boys. Unless they're trying to pull it back so it's at the top of the ramp. I don't know. Sadly, those mercenary nobles have rallied. But it's going to be very, very close. You can see balance power now is even. And the final Roman unit looks like it's going in. Well, the final Roman unit on this side. There's still a few on that side. They're being slowly pushed back up this ramp, though. They are about to lose these towers, I think. They are actually, yeah, they are neutral now, so they're not firing at anyone. They could really do with holding the bottom, forcing them back and being able to recontrol these towers. They've actually just broken the general there. This Eagle cohort is actually losing slightly. That's good to see. This Lusitani nobles doing a really good job. Taking on armored auxiliaries is not an easy feat. It's not even armored legionaries, is it? It's an Eagle cohort. I do apologize. This is an even harder feat. Looks like this unit is going to go all the way around here just to occupy this Galatian Royal Guard again. And it looks like another pull through here by Carthage. Yeah, and by Rome. I mean, I don't know how much of the unit exactly is where it is, but like this has all been caused by the first Carthage pull through, and I think the defense is now going to be undone. They could try and defend like between here and try and defend the point, but they're obviously going to just be able to flank around. I think it's undone as his defense. Mainly all just because of this one pull, like the first pull through by Carthage, which has then activated all these other like broken up the Royal Peltas formation. And yeah, and now the attackers are taking full advantage. And that's why you don't pull through, because this was going to come down to the wire on who was going to win this one. And I feel like now the defenders are going to lose. It was dead even, and now they've lost like a load of units or like archers and stuff. And that's just unfortunate. Carthage's general hopefully will die here though. And he's going to rear charge and probably help and support this fight here. And this is starting. It's probably going to go from. Well, she's still winning decisively. That's good to see. He's going to beat this Eagle cohort apparently. Hopefully they can trap this general. I mean, Carthage has got a decent amount of the men left, but not many. If we can get Rome's general as well, that would be good. But I don't know if they've got any ammo left. That's the only issue. They've actually just defeated these Romans. That's excellent. So now this general's freed up. Finally, one of these choke points are freed up and they can start to do stuff. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. They got pikes here. Actually, so did Carthage, but they can flank them or just shoot them. Excellent. And go to the Lusitani nobles. They're going to hold the line. Probably going to get overwhelmed though. They're trying to get this general very, very like as quickly as possible. Shame those slingers didn't have any ammo. Look at this. He's going to try and go in. He's going to go in for Egypt's general. Get the pikes down. Get the pikes down, Egypt. You could kill this general just all of a sudden and just put those pikes down. But it looks like... No. Looks like he's not going to put the pikes down just yet. I don't know why they don't swap this unit over. Put the Galatian Royal Guard... I don't know. It's hard to say. This Galatian Royal Guard would be really useful maybe in other fights fighting the Eagle cohort. And then the Hellenic Guard could just hold this line. But certainly need to send the Hellenic Guard in to support here. As you can see, they're breaking. They've flanked around here with the African pikes. Broken the resistance there. Now Lusitani's having to send his general in. They could do something in their pikes to help support the African pikes here. Even though they're losing now, they are out of formation. It's going to be a close one. Put it like that. This is going to be seriously close. I mean, I'm glad to see that the defense haven't given up even in the face of the cheat that happened. Here we go. The pikes are down. They don't want to attack the unit. They just want to march slow towards it. Because then they do this funny formation, as you can see. All the generals charged in there, and that was a bit risky with all those pikes up. And yeah, I think this general's now dead because he's been caught out. He's holding the line. They put the pikes down though, because in Rome 2 you can just put your pikes down if you're in heavy combat like this or not. They might be pretty good oh no, they're not going to be pretty good now. They are now officially getting surrounded. They are losing. That general might want to go in here though for Lusitania. Might want to. He looks like he's still defiant and chasing down this Carthaginian army. I don't know, or Carthaginian general. Titus is making good use of his last unit, holding up these Galatians, even though they're probably going to lose. Oh, Rome's chain routing. Rome is chain routing. Oh, he's actually winning this fight now. Oh my gosh, this Hellenic Royal Guard might do it. Oh my gosh, are they going to do this? Yeah, Rome's chain routing. All of a sudden, the balance of power is turning back in favor of the defenders. And are they going to do this? I think they might. Even with that little bit of a cheat going on, they managed to possibly do this. If they go and chain route now, I'm going to be so disappointed. Those Romans return, though. Was that a different unit? I don't know. The general here, though, he's breaking. Come on, break. Break. I like that. Honor. Honor. Fight for honor. I mean, it's just there was no honor from the attackers in this case. African pikemen getting surrounded by the Egyptians. Actually, it's kind of half and half. They're attacking frontally assaulting and rear assaulting. Surely these pikes are going to break. They are in a real bit of a trouble here. Yeah, there they go. They're losing decisively now. And then Ty should just chain route. And if he doesn't, they can send the pikes in. Oh, it's going to be close. I didn't even see this. There's a catapult out here as well. That is jokes, but it is actually coming down. And there you go. It looks like it's going to be a win for the defenders, I think. They are just about to eke this out. And you can see they just need to set the pikes up. And they're going to send around their Lusitani nobles. And they're going to probably just capture or flank around. Actually, it's just going to chain route. As expected, really. A chain route takes place. And the defenders are going to win. Excellent. I'm glad they won, you know. After seeing they did so well in this area here. And then it looked like it was all going to be undone by one pull through. These Galatian Royal Guard have been in combat so long. They've killed so many men. Break, you stupid tribal warriors. And there you go. A costly victory for the Arverni for Egypt and for Lusitania. Forget that the Arverni was in the game because they went out so early. But there you go. Yeah, well done to Dodgy who sent this one in. He, even though he died first, he did actually do a good amount of damage. But yeah, I mean, well done to him and to Coops and to R. Miller here, who are all playing on the defense. They did an insanely good job. It was a really, really close thing. And yeah, as you can see, they got some pretty damn good kills, put it like that. And also well done to Malone Lab and to Ken DP and to Pinpin. There is we'll quickly go through some of the kills. I mean, Dodgy here with his chosen swords, all their chevrons getting 269, the best one. Archers 127. Coops with his general getting 290 kills. I mean, his infantry did pretty well as well. 190 down here with some of his veteran shield warriors. His Lusitani nobles taking 246. They did just really, really well. R. Miller here with his Egyptian army. 182 kills with his royal guard. His Hellenic Royal getting 119 kills, and they were barely in like pike formation. And then you have the Royal Peltas here with 161 kills. And then, yeah, all sorts, like, did really, really well. Then we have Malone Lab here, who's playing as Rome. His cavalry actually did okay, getting 99 kills. His infantry's armored legionaries, 135. His Eagle cohort, 158 kills, did pretty well. Then we have Ken DP, who was playing as Carthage. His archers did quite well, getting 122 kills. His pikes could have possibly done a little bit better. His Libyan infantry did very poor, only getting 72 kills. And his mercenary noble fighters definitely did poor as well. These guys usually get like 200-300 kills. They only just about got 100. And then we got Pin, who was playing as Tylus, who just, like I said, spammed out these tribal warriors, and it nearly worked for him. 227 kills there. I think that's the best one of the bunch. Quite a lot of them getting quite low kills, some getting quite high, a good vary. His general only getting 30 kills though, Sworn. That's a shame to see. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Rome 2 Siege battle. It certainly was an epic one. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one.